Good afternoon. I'm Cadet 2nd Lieutenant Lainez, and this is our Service Learning Project presentation. Next slide, please. The first phase of a service learning project is planning and preparation. Next slide, please. The battalion commander, the battalion XO, and the command sergeant major make up the C2 command and control element of the project. As the facilitator, we lead the team in a discussion to identify needs and prepare service learning activities. The battalion S3 serves as the recorder and takes notes for the team and organizes information. The company commanders serve as debriefers and encourage team members and leads discussions after presentation. At this time, all presenters will introduce themselves and define their role in the project.
Good afternoon. I am Cadet Sergeant First Class Aguilar, Ward 2 Captain. My role in the project is reporter, which represents the team voice and report team findings.
Good afternoon. I'm Cadet Staff Sergeant DaCosta, Ward 5 Precinct 2 Precinct Team Leader. My role in the project is timekeeper, which keeps track of the time and plans the schedule. Next slide, please. This project benefits the community in many ways. Selfless service, which is one of our Army values, is demonstrated by this project. We are aiding 45 elderly and disabled residents in Revere during snowstorms by providing a much-needed service that no other club or group is addressing. Next slide, please.
The JROTC curriculum helps cadets familiarize what is needed to accomplish the mission. We focus on effective communication, specifically on how to communicate effectively with subordinates. We do this by making all communications, written and oral, clear and concise. We do not expect cadets to read our mind, which leads to frustration and disappointment, and the assigned task may not be completed to standards. Next slide, please.
Our goal is to couple high service with high integration of course content to maximize learning and skill development, as well as meet identified needs. High service meets a clear and important need and is organized and implemented by cadets. High integration with curriculum addresses classroom goals, incorporates classroom content, and improves course-related knowledge and skills. This project gives cadets the opportunity to be an effective team member, perfect time management skills, and be involved in frequent and effective communication. Next slide, please.
There is convincing evidence of high need in the community as evidenced by the more than 200 residents on the wait list. We develop a responsibility to care for others and contribute to the community, understand the impact the service has on the community, and connect with adult role models. At the annual meeting with City Hall, we present the number of cadets assigned each semester and make recommendations based on previous year's project, specifically if residents were already shoveled out prior to the cadets arriving. Once the updated list of Snow Angel residents is provided by City Hall, we identify precincts that do not have enough cadet resources to accomplish the mission. We conduct a map exercise and identify wards and precincts that will be task organized to help adjacent wards. Next slide, please.
The second phase in the service learning project is implementation, which outlines the process necessary to conduct the experience. Next slide, please. We utilize a flow chart for sequencing the steps taken during a warning order and execution order, which answers the question, what happened? We analyze and plan for safety precautions by establishing condition levels and injury levels, which determine the uniform requirements and exposure limits are, and what actions taken in the event of an injury. Next slide, please.
After executing these missions, individuals and teams do a reflection about the project implementation. The two tools we use to do this are a learning log, which every cadet fills out, and an AAR, an after-action review, that we do once we get back to school. The learning log captures observations and reactions to experiences throughout the project, the impact the experience had on me, and how the experience changed my life, and new ideas for service learning projects based on what I have learned. The AAR answers reflection questions about the service learning experience, including what, observation, what did I do, so what, analysis, what did it mean to me, and now what, integration, what will I do because of what I accomplished or learned. Next slide, please.
The third phase of a service learning project is reflection and integration. After we have completed a service activity, we follow it up with a structured reflection, demonstration of learning, and evaluation of the service learning. Next slide, please. Reflection, or taking time to observe, analyze, and integrate actions with learning, is an important part of the learning process. A strong reflection helps us develop skills and extend learning from the service experience. After every execution of our service learning project, cadets are required to annotate their observations and reflections in their learning log. Additionally, after every mission, an after-action reviews, or AAR, is conducted by holding a team discussion to answer open-ended questions after each service experience. We share what we have learned with our teammates, and while listening to others, will add to our learning experience. We focus specifically on what we can do better next time and share our thoughts and feelings. Next slide, please.
Our service learning project has had a profound impact on both individuals and teams. It not only taught us at the value of volunteering, but it fostered our development of citizenship skills as well as personal, social, and thinking skills. It teaches service responsibilities and prepares future service commitments. Most importantly, service learning builds a spirit of cooperation amongst myself, my peers, the school, and the community. It connects you to others within the community. It also addresses a real and important need another group is not addressing. As a member of a team, we emphasize the leadership principle of building a team. We learned leaders must have well-trained team members if they are to accomplish any project or mission. A leader must develop a team spirit that motivates members to work confidently. The group as a whole gives its members a feeling of accomplishment, security, and recognition. Then each team member gives his or her best back to the team. Being an effective leader requires more than just possessing certain traits. You must also follow these principles, which are basic tools of a successful leader. Leadership is the process of influencing others to accomplish a mission. To be a good leader, you must provide teammates with purpose, direction, and motivation. Knowledge of the 11 principles of leadership will help you be an effective leader in any situation. Next slide, please.
The graph on the right provides the results of our service learning project. The bar graph depicts the number of houses shoveled by cadets in green and the number of houses that were already shoveled prior to the arrival of cadets in blue. The line graph depicts the number of cadets available for each of the Operation Snow Angel missions. What was learned? Teamwork, the characteristics of individual responsibility, self-reliance, and followership. Individual performance within a group is influenced by expectations, ability, and motivation. A leader is expected to get the job done. To do so, he or she must learn to plan, analyze situations, identify and solve problems or potential problems, make decisions, and set realistic and attainable goals for the unit. How the experience has fostered change. By doing this project, many relationships have formed amongst the community. By going out into our neighborhoods, more people are seeing JROTC in action and we are getting more visibility. 100% mission accomplishment. Anything less than 100% is a mission failure. Residents are relying on cadets to assist in snow removal operations. Selfless service, putting the needs of others above your own. Next slide, please. This concludes our service learning briefing. What are your questions? No questions? All right, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can we get a round of applause again for these kids? And the young men and women in our school system, and especially in the JROTC program, are really incredible. And it's an honor to be here amongst all of you, because you are the future leaders of the city and of the country. So thanks everyone for joining us this afternoon as we honor the community service of our Revere Junior ROTC program for another successful year with the Snow Angel program. All Revere High students, if you didn't know, must complete community service hours in order to graduate. But there's something special with what our junior ROTC kids do, and they take their commitment to service one step further. And by enrolling in the junior ROTC program, students commit themselves to 7 core values of the U.S. Army: loyalty, duty, respect, courage, honor, integrity, and selfless service. As part of their commitment to the value of selfless service, these cadets complete service learning-based projects within our city, one of which you heard about today with the Snow Angel project. Every time there is significant snowfall in Revere, we are lucky enough to have young men and women from the JROTC program help out a group of 48 elderly and disabled seniors by shoveling within a few hours of the snowfall ending. Cadets have been assigned to teams based on the ward and precinct of their address. Each team has been assigned a number of residents that fall under the same ward and precinct. After the snow stops, each team deploys to their assigned residence. After each house is successfully shoveled out, this information is relayed to Major Bowker, who ultimately tracks the progress of each job until it's done. As we heard today, we have a 100% completion rate. And as you might expect, under the courageous leadership of both Major Bowker and Command Sergeant Major Callender, every instance of Operation Snow Angel is carried out in a prompt, professional, and courteous manner. Throughout the winter, I can't tell you how many times we receive compliments for the great work that these young men and women do. These cadets are providing a service that no other club or group in our city was addressing before they came along. In addition to the service performed for some of our most vulnerable seniors, this project also benefits the cadets, and we heard a little bit about that today, by teaching them critical skills: teamwork, communication, time management, organization, and the ability to work under pressure. The experience of our cadets helps prepare them for ROTC programs as they go into college or enlist in the Army, in the military. And at the end of the day, developing these essential skills prepares students for work and for life, regardless of their career path. So I'm going to finish up by saying I know how all of us are extremely proud and incredibly thankful for the work that the young men and women that we're going to celebrate today do. And I know as mayor of the city, I look forward to continuing to see their leadership continue on in the city, and they will become the future leaders of our city, of our state, and our country. So thank you for the work that you do. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Cadet Rago. I'm the battalion S3, and I work with the rest of the staff to help conduct this mission. So we're going to start off by reading the first three names. This represents our top three, which is also known as our command and control element. So Cadet DeFranzo, Jocelyn. Cadet Felix Martinez. And Cadet Mendoza. The next six cadets' names that I read are our ward captains, and they are responsible for relaying the message on to cadets. Starting with Cadet Aguilar. Cadet Ali Buddha. Cadet Gabarino. Cadet Gazine. Cadet Hernandez. And Cadet Bow. The next 10 cadets are our precinct team leaders. They are also responsible for relaying the messages onto cadets. Cadet Diaz. Cadet Mercado. Cadet Nguyen. Cadet Rodriguez. Cadet Skillen. Cadet Artega. Cadet Curdy. Cadet DaCosta. Cadet Gutierrez. And Cadet Lacey. The next 20 cadets that I read off have not only participated in the Operation Snow Angel mission, but they have not missed a single mission, meaning that they have perfect attendance. Cadet Arias. Cadet Cachichio Jacob. Cadet Cachichio Luke. Cadet Kaye. Cadet DeChico. Cadet Genares. Cadet Joseph. Cadet Kamis. Cadet Lacey Brianna. Cadet Lainez. Cadet Lee. Cadet Peraza. Cadet Pierre. Cadet Silva. Cadet Tajuni. Cadet Umana. Cadet Botto. Cadet Badal. And finally, Cadet Vu. I will now read the cadets that have participated in the rest of the missions. Aguilera, I'm sorry. Cadet Alamonte. Cadet Altamirano. Cadet Argueta. Cadet Barty. Cadet Carrero. Cadet Capola. Cadet Del Blato. Sorry about that. Cadet Vizazzi. Cadet Freitas. Cadet Guevara, I'm sorry. Cadet Galil. Cadet Khan. Cadet Lareg. Cadet Lacerda. Cadet Landiverdi. Cadet Lemus. Cadet Mejia Jonathan. Cadet Mejia Sebastian. Cadet Mercado. Cadet Miranda. Cadet Monsalve. Cadet Solis. Morales. Cadet Morris III. Cadet Mujic. Cadet Mungia. Cadet Myrtle. Cadet Neary. Cadet O'Brien. Cadet Alasa Blossom. Is that right? Cadet Ortiz. Okay. Cadet Paz. Cadet Peguero Pena. Cadet Ramos Pena. Cadet Rivas. Cadet Rodriguez. Cadet Salguero. Cadet Spencer. Cadet Tedesco. Cadet Valentin. Cadet Valerio. Cadet Vasquez. And finally, Cadet Zepeda. This concludes our award ceremony. We are now going to be presenting a video to you. Thank you.
So before we conclude, and we have some pizza and refreshments for everyone, I wanted to recognize a couple of people, and then we can get to eating some of the delicious food that we have. I want to recognize Ricky Serino from Representative Rosalie Vincent's office. Joan Machillo from Speaker DeLeo's office. And Dr. Mokaba from the Revere Public Schools. And I just have to give one shout out to our, and I don't see him, but our veteran service agent, Mark Silvestri, actually arranged for the pizza to be delivered by Volare restaurant right on Broadway. So that's some of the delicious food that we'll eat in a little bit. And thank you all for being here today. And to all the young men and women in the room, thank you for all that you do and your commitment to the city of Revere. I can't stress how important it is and how grateful I am for the great work that all of you do. So thank you. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. We do have commendations for the leaders of the ROTC, junior ROTC program. So certificates of commendation for both Major Bowker, and I'll read off Major Bowker's first. This is a certificate of commendation, an acknowledgement and recognition of your dedicated service, community service, and significant contribution to the elderly and disabled of the city of Revere in your leadership and instruction of the RHS, JROTC, and for your continued commitment and loyalty to the city of Revere. A special recognition is hereby accorded to Major Bowker. So thank you. That's impressive. That's impressive.
I know. We had to give him some time to get
We also have a certificate of commendation for Sergeant Major Robert Callender, again, in recognition and acknowledgement of your dedicated community service and significant contribution to the elderly and disabled of the city of Revere in your leadership and instruction of the RHS JROTC, and for your continued commitment and loyalty to the city of Revere. Special recognition is hereby accorded to Sergeant Major Robert Callender. Thank you.